Hi guys, well, you joined me in the workshop, warts and all. I'm afraid I'm filthy. I need a shave. I've been working hard, virtually non-stop actually. The last 2 weeks now have been 7 days a week, full onslaught. I'm trying to get a batch of knives finished now before Christmas. I know a few people are waiting for them for Christmas gifts, so I can't afford to let up. A few ups and downs in the workshop. My old grinder's had a few problems, but I managed to rectify that. So that'll be a bit of an update actually for Scott from Wessex Blades, because he'll be interested in this. I'll just take you off the tripod a minute and I'll show you what's been actually happening. If I can just remove that. Right, we're over to the machine. Now if you're watching this, Scott, what it is, I've had a lot of play on the back pulley here, and it's down to these pillar block bearings. I thought the pillar blocks were actually worn, but they're not. They weren't worn at all. What's actually happening, you can't see it because the light's not very good, but just in there, Allen keys, Allen grub screws. Maybe you can see it better from this side. This is the one which is playing up actually. There, you see that? The Allen grub screw. It come loose. In actual fact, one of them had come out, it was missing it, and it was allowing the shaft to wobble and vibrate, and I had all sorts of fun and games. And I thought at 1 minute, I thought it was terminal. I thought crumbs, my machine's packed up, just when I didn't want it to. But it was just, they just come loose. So if you get the same problem on your machine that John built you, 99 times out of 100 it's going to be those little Allen headed screws there. So let's nip them up again and you should be all right. Okay, right, back onto the thing. It should be lined up for me already, I think. Let's have a look. Well, I've been a lucky boy because some of my I've had a great year. I've had some great customers. I've learnt a lot of things. Mary sent me a nice bottle of sloe gin, so thanks for that, Mary. Glad you like the knife. Odd Yellen sent me a nice package of very useful bits and pieces. And I'll be joining some of my kit in the back of the car, Odd, so thank you very much to them. I didn't expect any of that. I do appreciate it. Brian from Canada, another one of my customers, actually bought five knives. He sent me 5 books, and because he realised I was beginning to get into photography, and these 5 books by a chap called Freeman Patterson, and I just started to read them, Brian, and he really looks at photography from all different aspects and takes in the natural world, how you can, I mean, it's deep. It's they're very deep books, Freeman Patterson's books, but what's more is that Brian actually went to the lengths to get these books signed for me. Every copy is signed by the author. So there's a lot of serious reading, to do there. This is a bit of an experimental video as well, actually, because I bought myself a new sound system, actually, which I'm using at the moment. It's this thing, Zoom H2 or H2N. I'm recording my audio on it at the moment, so little microphone here. Yeah, maybe you can hear that. So it'd be interesting to see how this comes out. My voice has a low register, and one of the reasons why in my other hobby of amateur radio I tend to use Morse code rather than voice is because my voice isn't very good. It's not a very good transmitting voice. Maybe I've got to improve it. Here's the knives I'm trying to work on. I should try and get all these out before Christmas. So they're all there waiting for customers, you know who you are. Your knives at this stage now, they've all been heat treated, they've all been sharpened. Well, they haven't been stropped or anything yet, but they're still going to be jolly sharp. And I've got one for wow, YouTube. I wonder if you can work out who that is. Anyway, I've got an unboxing to do as well, because this package arrived. Better not show any addresses, but I know straight away that it's from Jezza. I watched a video, Jezza. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, let's unbox this. I wonder what Jezza's sent me. I'll use one of my knives. As I say, it's not sharp yet, but sharp enough to do an unboxing. It says it's fragile. Right, put that down there. What have we got in here then? 12 quenchy cups. Thank you very much, Jez. That's excellent. Thank you very much. Right now, what was I going to talk about now? Oh yes, I remember. No, I think he sent me more. I don't think he just sent me 6 orange and 6 raspberry quenchy cups. I reckon he sent me something else. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What have we got in here? A note. Ooh. A note. To my dear friend Sandy, I hope this note finds you well. Yeah, I need my reading glasses. Let's have a look. Where have I put my reading glasses? Now, anyone that comes to my workshop knows I put stuff down and I can't find it again. Right, they're not there. They're not there. Bear with me a minute, folks. I just got to go and get my reading glasses. Right. Let's see. Now, guys, don't forget, I may not be able to see you, but I can hear you. So, don't get switching off or fast forwarding the video now, because you might miss something. Right, let's see, are they in here? Ah, there they are. That's it, I found my reading glasses. Here they are. Brilliant. And my 2 little dogs, yeah, they're fast asleep. Right, so we're back out again. I'll be able to see what Jez has sent me. I'll tell you the weather forecast, I don't know what the forecast is, but the weather is very mild for the time of year. I remember last year it was the same. We went through a cold November and then it warmed up, and now here we are midway through December and it's mild again. Anyway, I wonder if we're going to get cold. Right, I'm back. Magic, isn't it? That's better. Reading glasses. I hope this note finds you well. Yeah, I'm well, thanks, Jez. To sum up, my Jacklaw is awesome. Oh, well done. Glad it is. I put an awful lot of effort into these knives, and I think that people are beginning to realise now just how special the knife is. I really do them to the best that I can, and any knowledge that I've got, anything that I find out, I apply straight away. And I think as far as 01 tool steel goes, I think I got it to the best it can be. Please accept these very small gifts as a token of my thanks. I was intending to post you a bottle of scotch. You still can. But as the post office will not allow me to post spirits, I thought I would have a rummage around and send you hopefully some useful stuff. Thank you again for your hard work and the time you take to film the build. Love to you and yours, Jezza, aka Bob, Bug Out Bushcraft. Thanks very much for that, Bob. The knife obviously went to someone that's going to appreciate it, and that means an awful lot to me, because you just, when you build a knife and you send it out, you just don't know what ability that person's got. You know, you don't know what knowledge they've got, whether they're going to appreciate it, whether they're going to care for it, whether they're going to abuse it. But I think in this instance, it's fairly obvious that the knife's gone to a good home. Right. Maxpedition stuff. I know Jedi Knight of the Woods is into his Maxpedition stuff, and I'm beginning to get a little collection of small. This is the biggest pouch. I've not had anything like this, and the build quality is fantastic, and I know it's not cheap, and I think there's stuff in it. So just checking, make sure there's nothing in that front pocket there. Oh yeah, it's really well made. Really well made. Very useful. Because I want to get my rucksack and system all sort of modular, you know, and by having pouches like this looks interesting. It's some sort of a multi-tool, I'd say. A pack of cards. I do know a few card tricks actually. I might try and teach you some later on. Now what have we got here? Oh, look at that. Look. He sent me my card back in a little container to put my cards in. So that's brilliant, because what I'll do, I'll keep a small collection of cards in there and put it in my pocket. Wherever I go, I'll have a wallet of cards to dish out to people if anyone's interested. A couple of light sticks in yellow and red. Very useful because they burn for a good 12 hours. Vaseline. Excellent fire lighter. That's all I will use it for, fire lighting. Oh, also very good for applying to your blades, because I send all my blades out greased up with Vaseline. So very useful. In fact, that's the pot I use, and I'm nearly out. But I'll use that one for fire lighting, Jez. High-vis safety flasher attached to your pet's collar. Well, this will go on Elsa, because Jess tends to be I tend to walk Jess on a lead. Jess being a bit more ferocious, for want of a better word. She doesn't really get on with other dogs very well. So we've got to keep her on the lead. But Elsa's off the lead and runs around, so that'll be going on to her. Also, when I'm out at night camping, I'll be able to see where she is. An emergency blanket. They weigh next to nothing, so good to have some of these stored around. Take up no space, and yet could save you from hypothermia. Now, Jez, I'm still yet to work out exactly what this is. I think it's got tools in the top. Yes, it has. Brilliant. This little device he sent me here has replaceable bits For example, there's a small screwdriver bit which is held magnetically in there, and the size of this bit is just ideal for repairing your glasses, because it will go on that screw there. But as you can see, Jezza, you're just a little bit late, because this side is held together with thread, the same thread that I use to stitch my my sheaves together. So there you go, jack claws held together with thread. Thanks very much, Jezza. I didn't expect that. Very thoughtful, very kind, and very useful. I watched a video that you put up recently about our friend Bribo, and I'm really lost for words to say there, because I mean, Christmas is a time when we all wish each other the best for the Christmas, and it's a family time, a time of togetherness. But yeah, you know, at Christmas there's also a time of sadness for a lot of people, and I think as time goes on, I think there's nobody which isn't really touched by the loss of a family member. You know, my dad's no longer around, and uncles and aunts are no longer around, but when someone's so close, like a partner or a wife, goes, the void it leaves behind is just immense, really. I can't imagine how Brian's feeling at the moment. So I suppose all we can do is just spare thought for him and people like Brian in that situation, you know. Just difficult one, really. But with that, if I do manage to get up any more videos between now and Christmas, I may have a chance to mention about Christmas. But if not, then bearing in mind what I just said, but I wish you all peaceful, joyous Christmas, and happy and healthy, prosperous New Year. Thanks once again. Thanks for everyone's support that supported me, that's purchased my knives. I'm probably going to change how I'm going to take my orders in the future, because I found that having an order book and people phoning me up, ringing me up, emailing me, it eats into my time. I can spend 3 or 4 or 5 hours a week just on emails alone, and several times I've had people, multiple emails, and you do your best to try and answer the emails, but it just does eat into your time. And I think what I'd like to do is just build a batch of knives and sell them on the internet, sell them on the website. I may look at Gear Bastion. I'm not sure yet. I may take a few more orders in the new year, but with orders and with an order book, there is an element of pressure, and it would be nice to not have that pressure, you know. And also I want to factor into the equation some time off, because it's been full on work, and I feel the need to get out and do a camp, or perhaps even more than that. Actually, I got on a plan afoot to do some long distance walking. A plan afoot, you see. So just watch this space. I've invested heavily in jack-claw knives. I've bought an awful lot of machinery. I am anticipating the arrival of a brand new purpose-made grinder, which should be delivered. I just spoke to the manufacturer. It should be here in about 2 weeks' time, fingers crossed. And that should make the knife making maybe a bit smoother, less tiring for me. It'd be a quieter machine. It'd be less vibrations. It should help me all round. But John's machine will continue to be in daily use, because I'll set that up for one operation It's because of the platen being so much longer, John's machine will probably be left for surface grinding. The machine I'm getting hasn't a platen so long, so so that's going to be see its use for surface grinding there. So anyway, with that, wish you all the very best, and thanks once again, Jezza, and see you on the next video. And as I say, these knives will be built up and out certainly in time to catch the post for Christmas. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video, and remember, stay sharp.